The first time I tried it, I smacked it perfectly. It was so good. And then my battery ran out on my GoPro. That's how you know God hates me. Okay, today it may be a little bit low energy because I had to go visit my neurologist, which is Brooklyn. You know, that's going to be like 2 to 3 hours in the waiting room because we have the best healthcare in the entire known world. Don't you realize that? So I got my Botox treatment today. That's what they do to Grindle to control the spasticity. And, you know, it works. It's good. It's my Joan Crawford treatment. The other good news that I have is, look, Japanese nibs. These arrived on Monday. I didn't want to jump into immediately try them. You know, get a little practice. I can't believe I'm actually saying I want practice on them before I do it. That's going to cause shock and awe to everyone that knows me. But yeah, I'm going to practice it before I actually do it. They're Tachikawa style C sharp. 1 millimeter and 2 millimeter, and I'm hoping this will give me, you know, the heavier verticals, thinner horizontals that I've been looking for. So fingers crossed. I never know what he's doing, so I've showed you when he tries flipping people off. Never a good luck. The good thing about having the weight was I used the app Caustic on my phone to work on one of the backing tracks for this week's episode, I guess we'll call it. I don't know what we'll call it. This week's whatever it is. But I didn't have any samples on my phone, so I was just like, let's do an old school electro type track, loaded up the 808 kit. And it's kind of cool that my phone now has more capability than probably the first Akai sampler that I ever owned back in late 80s, early 90s. Not quite sure when I bought it. Great hero, give it away. Anyways, that's it. Before my phone goes off or something beeps or a battery runs out, or my next door neighbor who sounds like he's auditioning for Ein Street's a Neubauten over there because it is Crown Heights. There are no side hustles. It's all just straight hustle, but he's over there throwing stuff around. So I just want to get this done, over with. That way we're not wasting your time. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get with it. Bye. Now we're on the second attempt. First attempt, I got halfway through this, and my phone went off, and my ringtone happens to be the LRAD sound. Remember that sonic weapon that was supposed to disperse crowds at Pittsburgh's G20 summit, and Jon Stewart made the joke that it sounded more like a cell phone ringtone? Yeah, my cell phone ringtone is the LRAD sound, and let's just say it interrupted the recording pretty effectively, so it was good at that. As far as crowd dispersal, not so good. Even my pigeons just sat there looking at it like, what the hell is that thing? And sorry, SWAT teams of the U.S. police departments. Your high-fangled weaponry doesn't even scare pigeons. How does that make you feel? And here we go with this week's Kelp Bed. I'm actually going to miss this very simplified view of just Chico and Al Ghul looking up at their blinking lights. I've been enjoying doing them. It's fun hitting them with the schminky, super granulating colors. And I like the fact that the forms keep growing more simplified as we go along. The other part that I like, each week that I've done these with their blinking lights up in the corner, I've Googled little kids' drawings of flying saucers. So if you notice the designs have been changing, that's because I'll stumble across some little kid had done a drawing of a flying saucer, and I think it's just cute as hell. So I'll take their design ideas for it. So that's where the flying saucer things have been coming. But I'm starting to like the very simplistic outlines with the watercolors. I think this is I like the look a lot. So there you go. Your style is your shortcomings and your accidents put together. This is why I'll never be a teacher. I'd be like, make accidents. That's how you learn stuff. And the other good news is I found Japanese nibs. Oh, I just want to point out right there, yes, my nib did drop and, you know, a bunch of ink spilled out, and I decided I wasn't going to be a hypocrite. I love my accident there. Besides, it kind of looks like Chico dropped a turd on the floor, so I enjoyed that. I grew up in one of those families where anytime something happened, the very first words you would hear was "get the camera." So your shame was long lived, because whatever you got caught doing, there was photographic evidence of it. So with the Kelp Bed, there's pictorial evidence that, you know, Chico dropped a deuce during the middle of the drawing. But what I was gonna say, I finally tracked down the Japanese nibs, so hopefully I can recreate the pogo lettering style where the horizontals are thicker than the verticals. But they arrived on Monday, and I didn't want to like get new nibs, try them out immediately, and then just screw everything up. So next week, introduction of a new character and working with new lettering nibs. The excitement mounts. Tickets are only $19.99, but you'll only need the edge of your seat. Maybe the little guys need a monster truck rally. That would be scary as hell, wouldn't it? These little ingrates bombing around, crushing other trucks. I bet they would enjoy the hell out of it. I kind of like the fact I'm developing the Ken Burns comic creating style here. Maybe we'll just all get lifted and watch the camera pan around. I can see it. I should do a Ken Burns style documentary with the little guys. I'd have to figure out what exactly would be good. I've been reading a lot of weird history lately, so I love the fact that in the lead up, like in 1865 and stuff, Congress was getting in fist fights with each other. I mean, there's stories of like the representative from New Hampshire telling the one from North Carolina that, you know, his mistress was ugly and he was a short animal of no account, and, you know, they proceeded to beat the crap out of each other with steel canes. I think right now, if members of Congress were to fight one another, that would probably be the most popular Congress has been in a long time. We need UFC cage matches to decide the issues. Whoever breaks a hip first, that's it. You're out of there. Maybe we wouldn't get so many worthless people in Congress if we actually had them fight. I think that could be a good idea, actually. And this is my favorite part. You know, I love watching, you know, laying it down and watching the schminkes just fall down the page. Any type of watercolor falling down the page is beautiful, but the schminkes are just, I don't know, there's something great about the amount of pigment that's in there. Yeah, they're expensive as crap, but hey, that is why I have good friends. And Vivian, thank you. I know you were behind that. That just has your touch all over it. But I like how the violet bleeds into the blue and then the tundra green there on the bottom. I think that's a great combination. And once again with the glue residue eraser. This is probably like the worst part of the whole thing, and it's actually not that bad, so you feel like an idiot for complaining about it. Would be nice if there was a super easy way to get a large areas of masking. I know there's gonna be people like, well, just don't mask that much. But then I can't have fun with the wet on wet that I love doing, so there it goes. It's almost as much fun as Chico pooping. And here we go with more Ken Burns coming in at you. Now I've got to figure out, how to do the introduction of the next character next week. I just realized this is like a never-ending project. Like, your brain is constantly firing, trying to figure out how you're actually going to accomplish each week, which makes it interesting. At least you're not just sitting around watching TV all the time. Everybody should make comics. That's my new idea. Everybody should make comics. It's tons of fun. What the hell? Do a left-handed cigarette, put some music on, relax, draw some comics. Life will be good. I highly recommend this. And I like how the gold and the coconut on Al Ghul, the richness of those colors. Now, I was talking to Kathleen that, you know, I'm gonna have to figure out the next color that I use, which I'm starting to I never thought I'd be that into color, but the Kelp Bed is changing me. More Ken Burns action. I'm telling you, that's a great idea. And Sybil's feather for getting rid of all the gunk on the page. Sybil has been contributing quite a bit as of late. He's very opinionated as well. Who would think a pigeon was opinionated? Shock and awe right there. And it looks like, once again, reached much. I'll see you next week.